1, 2, is this on?
Wrestling is all about getting a response from the fans, regardless if it's the desired reaction or not.
It's like having a basketball team in Seattle.
For a heel, heat is life, no matter how you get it.
Your mother taught me how!
Directly insulting or getting angry at the fans may seem like low-hanging fruit, but today, we're looking at instances where heels completely destroyed the crowd.
Be a man or sit down and be a and shut your mouth!
As we highlight 10 times wrestlers buried the fans. Number 1, The Rock's infamous Toronto promo. Hollywood Rock was perhaps the greatest short-term character there's ever been in wrestling. He was at his best when tearing down other wrestlers and the people.
You ain't nothing! 5 feet nothing! Excuse Rock, his cell phone's going off. Hey, it's nothing! He says he knows you!
The iconic Rock concerts gave the Great One the perfect platform to rain down insults, like when he sang about leaving Sacramento.
I'll be sure to come back when the Lakers beat the Kings in May.
For this entry though, we're going to look at the time when the People's Champ tore the city of Toronto a new one. Rock began the promo by saying how he'd come to Toronto to run his mouth. He then imitated the crowd.
We live in Toronto, yay! Shut up!
Before reminding us all that Toronto was the place where the people turned on The Rock at WrestleMania 18. The Great One closed things out by insulting the local sports team,
The Maple Leafs suck!
as well as the fans in attendance.
Take all your booze, stick them straight up your maple syrup sucking candy ass.
The crowd went from chanting Rocky at the start of the promo to chanting asshole at the end of it. This was Hollywood Rock at his best. The Rock may have been crapping on the crowd, but he was crapping ice cream. Number 2, Kurt Angle loses it over "You suck" chants. Given the fact that Kurt Angle would be met with "You suck" chants every time he made his entrance, it was only a matter of time before he snapped at the fans. And this happened on the November 7, 2005 Raw, where Angle was set to wrestle in the show's main event. With the "You suck" chants raining down, Kurt got on the mic and scolded the crowd, saying he hates the chant.
I hate that chant!
He then decided he would keep redoing his entrance until the fans gave him the respect he deserved.
We're gonna go do it over again!
However, the chants only got louder, even continuing without the music, and this led to Angle getting even more frustrated, telling the fans to shut up and calling them stupid.
Everybody wants to see the people stupid!
Kurt did his entrance for a 3rd time, but it was more of the same, resulting in Angle refusing to compete. Kurt went on an epic rant saying how his wife left him because he gave his life to the wrestling business for the fans. Angle called the audience self-absorbed, selfish bastards, before closing things out by saying the fans are the ones that suck, and that they and the main event can go to hell.
You people are the ones that suck!
Kurt eventually did come back out to wrestle, but only under the condition that the fans didn't chant "You suck." Luckily, Raw GM Eric Bischoff had a clever plan to drown out the chants.
Oh, come on!
This was Angle at his angriest and funniest. Being the true entertainer he is, segments like this are why Kurt was one of the best. He could be serious, funny, angry, and upset all at the same time, portraying each emotion to perfection. Much like Hollywood Rock, Kurt eventually got to a point where he was so entertaining as a heel, people couldn't help but cheer him.
You're a boy in a man's world, and I'm a man who loves to play with boys. What the? No, wait a minute. I'm just a sexy Kurt.
Sexy girl!
I'll make your ankle hurt.
WWE went to insane lengths to try and get people to boo Angle though, but it just didn't work. Angle even made light of this at New Year's Revolution 2006.
I hope the U.S. loses the war in Iraq. I'm not a very big fan of the black people. I can say anything I want to these idiots, and they'll still cheer for me.
Number 3, Bubba Ray Dudley's Heatwave incident. In the late 90s, few wrestlers got more heat than the Dudleys.
The next person who throws something, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass!
The men from Dudleyville would almost incite riots in ECW with their X-rated promos.
I wish that fan hadn't done that. Bubba Ray Dudley now going after that fan.
One such example was at Heatwave 1999, where the Dudleys pre-match promo had Dayton, Ohio crowd vying for blood. First, Bubba stated how just being in the town made him sick. He then targeted specific fans in the audience, later offering to fight any fan who dared jump the rail. Bubba eventually got up close and personal by throwing beer at a bold fan, and then spitting at a feisty woman who was there with her daughter. It was all in good fun as the fans chanted ECW at the end. Nevertheless, Heatwave was most certainly a show that lived up to its name. Number 4, JBL insults Mexican fans in LA. Next, we have a promo that was so offensive and discriminatory, it's been edited off the WWE network altogether. JBL had nuclear heat in 2004.
Come on, Ricky, this is more money you can make in a whole summer of hauling hay.
from cutting promos at the Mexican border
Get the Mexican those kids out of here and you get out of here!
to causing Eddie Guerrero's mother to have a heart attack. The fans wanted to see Eddie absolutely destroy Bradshaw at the Judgment Day pay-per-view, but before the match, JBL got on the mic where he once again took things too far. Bradshaw took aim at the Mexican fans in the crowd in a promo that has aged very poorly.
I know that a lot of you swam an awful long way and climbed a bunch of fences to get here.
He would get so personal and nasty, it gave him very few redeeming qualities in the eyes of the fans, who booed him like crazy as a result.
You could be ECW. You fat ass in a blue shirt.
Number 5, Triple H buries fans. Some would say Triple H is no stranger to creatively burying wrestlers in the ring.
At WrestleMania, I put an end to your dreams and I bury Daniel Bryan.
What is for sure is that he's no stranger to verbally burying fans on the mic.
Sorry to this jack off that thinks because he's got his hat on backwards like me he's cool. I'm sorry to his girlfriend because she's got no boobs.
Whether he's singling out specific people or subtly throwing shade at an entire subsection of fans.
Much where this fat piece of crap is sitting right here.
The cerebral assassin loves to rile up the masses.
I'm gonna tweet my displeasure. And if that doesn't work, me and my friend Mark, we're gonna stop watching.
One such example occurred during the September 27, 2004 episode of Raw. Hunter was unhappy over the fact that the fans would get to vote for his opponent at the Taboo Tuesday pay-per-view. Helmsley said that he can't control the fans' jobs, so why should they be able to control his? He took this as an opportunity to target 2 fans in particular.
I don't come to where this guy works and tell him when the fries are done. I don't come to where this chick works and tell her what street corner to stand on.
And the game didn't hold back. He then gave the crowd some options regarding what they should do with their lives.
You can go screw yourself. Just looking around this arena, that's a pretty good choice because no one's gonna do it for you.
The audience didn't care for Triple H's suggestions and made this known by calling the World Heavyweight Champion an asshole. Number 6, Edge tells the fans they're wrong. Edge was one of the top heels during the Ruthless Aggression era. He was decadent and opportunistic in the ring and razor sharp on the mic. Despite being more of a vicious character during this period, he would still show his entertainment side every now and again, something we saw more regularly during Edge's days teaming up with Christian.
Isn't that right, Bubba Ray? And what about you, Devon? Testify!
Edge was in full entertainment mode on the Raw following No Way Out 2009. Despite the fact the Rated R Superstar had lost the WWE Championship at the pay-per-view, he ended the show by capturing the World Heavyweight title. Therefore, he was in a celebratory mood. Edge celebrated by sticking it to the fans. First, he told them what the R in Rated R stood for.
Resplendent. Or really smart.
The "You Suck" chants were out in force straight away. However, the champion had a rather unique comeback.
You're all like big fat failure turtles.
Edge proceeded to tell all the fans how wrong they were for doubting him after he lost the WWE title.
Wrong. You were 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 definitely wrong. Wrong.
The world champ was on absolute fire here, finishing his promo by comparing himself to Jesus.
Jesus turned water into wine, and I turned the WWE title into the World Heavyweight Championship.
While this may have been one of Edge's most entertaining promos, Vince McMahon didn't like it at all.
I had a really good time out there. He hated it. But I still have people quote me, big fat failure turtles, which is what I called the audience. He despised it.
My God.
So who knows?
Number 7, R-Truth turns on the fans. R-Truth's character got a much needed facelift in 2011 when he turned heel on his tag team partner, John Morrison, all while smoking a cigarette. The next week, Truth blamed the people for his decision to turn heel. Instead of asking what's up, he told the audience to shut up. He received boos for this, so he replied saying the fans should be booing themselves instead. Then came the debut of Little Jimmy, a pseudonym for the type of fan Truth tried to please as a babyface.
What's up? You singing what's up? Is that putting any titles around my waist? I didn't think so, Little Jimmy. You can wipe your nose and shut up!
After poking fun at a young fan with glasses, Truth ended the promo with a phrase that was synonymous with his heel run.
The truth has set me free.
Truth was fantastic here, cementing his turn in epic fashion, with a tirade against the people, that, because of the fans' excuse for a heel turn, would later be run into the ground.
I used to put so much stock in your opinion until I realized you're so full of crap.
But when R-Truth cut this type of promo, it was still fresh. Plus, his delivery and comedic timing was just gold.
I hear rapping and dancing every week. A lot of y'all be out of tune and off beat.
Truth was hilarious as a heel, and it's no surprise he was face again only a short while later.
You talking to me? I'm talking to you. You talking to me? Are you talking to these other guys here? Ain't no other guys behind me.
I know. He think this is a joke. He think we joking.
The fans just couldn't boo him since he was just so entertaining.
Houston is a rooster from Brewster. You don't know nothing about cool.
That being said, some of Truth's best work to date was as a heel in 2011, and he couldn't have kicked it off better by following up his attack on John Morrison with a tremendous promo. Number 8, Batista buries the fans. Just like R-Truth, Batista cut some of his best promos as a heel.
So you go ahead, you keep on kissing babies and hugging fat girls, and I'm gonna be in a gym somewhere training. I hate you too.
One of which went down on the go-home edition of Raw before the Animals match against John Cena at WrestleMania 26. Big Dave began by hilariously mocking Cena.
You can't see me. You can't see me. You want some? Come get some. You want some? Come get some.
Batista then turned his attention to the audience, stating that all he saw when he looked into the crowd was dollar signs.
I see money, dollar signs, because I see a lot of fat people in the audience, and I know you paid for 2 seats. Thank you very much.
Batista was on top form and went back through the curtain believing he had done a solid job, but not everyone agreed, including Vince, who hated the promo.
Vince went to see you in his office, and they went to see Vince. He goes, "That was the worst promo I've ever heard. It was disgusting." And I was like, "The worst promo you've ever heard? Really?"
Number 9, Shawn Michaels baits and buries Montreal. HBK's notorious promo in Montreal is well known for how he baited the fans not only once, but twice, while also burying the crowd at the same time. This was the first time Shawn worked as a heel in Montreal since the Screwjob, so you knew the heat would be tenfold, while HBK made sure to up the ante. Michaels began performing his own rendition of the Canadian national anthem.
Oh, Canada, I hate this place.
The showstopper then coaxed the crowd into thinking a Canadian hero was set to make his return.
Wait a minute. Got your hopes up just a little bit, didn't I?
Michaels would bait the crowd for a second time by tricking them into believing Shawn's upcoming SummerSlam opponent was going to come out.
Brother! Wait a minute.
Michaels later mocked the crowd for being fooled so easily.
You Canucks are not the sharpest knives in the drawer.
Michaels finished by saying the Montreal fans do nothing but talk, while HBK walks the walk. Shawn delivered a very memorable segment, reminding us just how great of a heel he can be. Number 10, Kevin Owens buries Full Sail. The crowd for NXT at Full Sail University certainly loved their wrestling. Those who attended the venue built up a great sense of community, having seen the promotion go from a developmental territory to becoming its own viable brand. So when the Black and Gold show began to outgrow Full Sail, the fans there became unhappy because it meant they would no longer get to see NXT's pay-per-view events live and in person, due to the fact these shows would now be emanating from bigger arenas as a result of NXT's growing success. The Full Sail fans made their feelings known about the change during the go-home show for NXT TakeOver Brooklyn in 2015, hijacking the closing segment involving Kevin Owens with Brooklyn sucks chants. KO quickly shut the audience down, however, ranting about how they were hypocrites for chanting this.
Are you too stupid to realize how hypocritical you are all being?
As he felt they were selfish and jealous over the fact the upcoming TakeOver show was going to be held elsewhere. Owens also called the Full Sail crowd the John Cena of wrestling fans. Kevin continued to call out the fans in the building, making some more good points before ending his rant with a few insults.
You boo because it's not yours anymore, because you're not going to get to see it live. I'm performing for a bunch of ungrateful, undeserving pieces of trash.
This was one occasion where the heel was pretty much telling the truth, as Owens put the Full Sail crowd in their place. And that brings us to the end of this video. As always, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you like this one, be sure to check out our similar video of 10 wrestlers surprisingly booed in their hometown. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.